A convicted rapist and murderer in one of the most notorious cases in Maryland history could be released early under a 2021 law that bans children and teens from spending the rest of their lives in prison. At the time, the case led to some significant strides for victims' rights, but critics say reopening it is a step in the wrong direction. WMER2 News' Blair Sable spoke to both them and advocates who say the law is not only working, but now helping to prevent people from becoming victims in the first place.
In 1982, 22-year-old Stephanie Roper was on her way home when her car broke down on a rural road in Prince George's County. She never made it home. Defendants Jack Jones and Jerry Beatty were later convicted of kidnapping, raping, and murdering the college senior before dismembering her and setting her body on fire. Jones was 26, but Beatty was only 17 at the time. Both were sentenced to life in prison. It was a reality Beatty faced until the Juvenile Restoration Act passed 3 years ago. Defendants who were convicted under the age of 18 are now eligible for release after serving at least 20 years in prison.
There are crimes for which, when a person commits them, they should never see the light of day, and this is one of them.
Advocates like Kurt Wolfgang, the executive director of the Maryland Crime Victims Resource Center, strongly oppose Beatty's release, citing the, quote, horrific nature of the crime and the potential harmful effects on victims. State's Attorney Scott Schellenberger of Baltimore County opposed the bill.
There just needs to be a point in time where I can say to a victim, it's over. And unfortunately, you can't do that here in the state of Maryland.
Since it was enacted, 50 people have been released early, according to Maryland Public Defender Lila Meadows.
It recognizes that children are they're capable of incredible rehabilitation, and that when they do that, when they are rehabilitated, there should be an opportunity for them to rejoin the community.
Beatty made his case in front of a judge in Arundel County last week. His attorney, in a partial statement, said Mr. Beatty is a model example of how a young person who commits a very serious crime can mature into a caring, responsible, law-abiding adult. He has spent the 42-plus years of his incarceration dedicating himself to becoming a better person. At 59, he is now a college graduate with a history of positive work experiences, ongoing sobriety, and a deep religious faith. Meadows says many who have been released under the JRA have focused on making positive changes in their community.
They think about what would it have taken to divert me from this path as a kid? What did I not have that I needed? And they're out there in the community and they're providing those things to young people now that they wish they had.
Here in Baltimore County, the state's attorney's office is waiting to hear a judge's decision in the 1995 Benjamin Garris case. He was 16 when he escaped from a hospital and stabbed a nurse to death in the process. Now that decision could come at any time, but I'm told it'll be likely early next year. Blair Sable, WMAR 2 News.